Season 7, Episode 3 of Black Mirror entitled Hotel Reverie. Oh my god. Let's get into this episode. We start out at Keyword Studios with a woman representing a company called Redream, played by Aquafina, trying to convince the owner Judith to recreate their older films with new Hollywood actors. She assures the woman that they'd be able to afford these newer stars because it'll just take 90 minutes of her time. The woman is intrigued by the offer. Bitch, we then see Miss Rooting for Everybody Black herself, Issa Rae, who plays Brandy, an actress sitting at her beautiful pool at her beautiful home. She's listening to a voicemail from her agent who seems to have a new project for her that pays really well. Let me just say that Issa looks so damn good. We then see Brandy meeting with her agent, and she is not interested in this part because it is a supporting role. She's tired of taking these types of roles. She wants a romantic role that allows her to do the pursuing. She quotes the film Hotel Reverie, and her agent informs her that Hotel Reverie is doing a reboot with an A-list male lead. Brandy wants to play Dr. Palmer, who is initially a male role. She is adamant about it despite the studio wanting either Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling for the part. Next, we see Kimmy being told that pretty much no big name male stars were available for the leading role, aka they're not fucking interested, which we learned from Judith. Kimmy is then told that Brandy is interested, but only if she gets to play the lead, and Kimmy loves the idea, and shit, so do I. We then see Brandy doing some research on an actress from the film Hotel Reverie, Dorothy Chambers, on YouTube. She then comes across a video about the morning of Dorothy's death. She died from ODing on sleeping meds. Brandy then gets a ring at the door and goes outside to retrieve her package. The delivery woman recognizes her and is a fan. She asks Brandy if she's still with her ex, and Brandy shuts that shit down quickly, telling her nah, and not to let that gate hit her. Brandy. Brandy had zero interest, bitch. She then receives a call from her agent as he informs her that she got the leading role in the Hotel Reverie reboot. The package she just got was from the studio, which was strangely fast. The studio needs her in England next Monday to run a test. Brandy opens the package and didn't notice falling out from it. Brandy later begins more research by watching the film, and it seems to me that she's really interested in the Clara character played by Dorothy Chambers. Next, we're in England. Brandy arrives to the studio late as Kimmy and Judith awaits her arrival. Everyone is super excited to meet her. Kimmy starts fanning out, but Judith shut that shit down because they're on a time crunch. Brandy and Kimmy walk off as Kimmy thought that Brandy was familiar with the system they'll be using, Redream, but as we know, Brandy unknowingly dropped the USB. Kimmy then tries to give Brandy a crash course on the Redream system, explaining that they'll be filming right now in real time. She says that Redream will ingest a movie and its surrounding material. Brandy was overwhelmed. Kimmy asks her to lay down as she attaches this mesmerizer device to Brandy's head. She tried explaining to Brandy what it was, but neither Brandy nor myself understood what she was talking about. Kimmy tells her that Brandy will pretty much begin filming in this alternate dimension and that the other actors will be inactive until the opening credits begin, which should give Brandy time to adjust to this strange environment. Brandy is clearly nervous and uninformed on this method like the rest of us. Brandy is then put down and awakens on the set of the reboot of Hotel Reverie. She's the only real human. The other actors are all AI, which is just so creepy, Black Mirror. Oh my god. Kimmy then starts speaking to Brandy through this mesmerizer piece as she tells Brandy she's at the original set of the original film. Brandy, rightfully so, is freaked out. The people on set with Brandy are not even AI actors. They think they are real people living in a real world, which is even fucking freakier. These people will all see Brandy simply as Dr. Palmer, and Brandy, much like myself, was wondering if these people of 1949 will have a problem with her blackness, and Kimmy assures her that they won't. They only know the story that they're in, and that's it. They start filming, and Brandy is instantly mesmerized by Dorothy's character Clara. She begins her lines and is killing it until her character has to play piano, which she didn't know she'd actually have to do. Production thought that she knew how to play piano based on her previous role, but bitch, that was a backing track. Clara is not intrigued at all by Brandy's playing, which is throwing the whole story off. Too much of that will cause the system to shut down, so they have to quickly come up with a way to keep the story on cue. Brandy is doing her best as Clara walks off. She accidentally calls Clara Dorothy, which was the actress's real name as we know. Brandy manages to reel it in by describing Dorothy to Clara. Apparently, Clara and Dorothy are similar. Issa is so damn funny here because she ends up responding to Kimmy, which only further threw Clara off. Brandy manages to use her charm to spark Clara's romantic interest. Brandy calling Clara Dorothy, however, has added another dimension to Clara that production wasn't ready for. Clara is really digging Brandy's vibe, bitch, and I love to see it. Brandy gets a break for 2 minutes as she's not in the current scene, but is thrown off by Clara's self-awareness. The dog Bon Bon in the film ends up drinking the poison drink that was intended for Clara and ends up dying. This throws everything off, so Kimmy wants to pull Brandy out of the film, but Jack says Clara's self-awareness is causing some operational troubles, which means that he can't pull Brandy out of the film until the end credits, if she even makes it that far. This is some good ass writing, Black Mirror. Oh, this is good, bitch. If they pull Brandy out, she will likely die. Kimmy informs Brandy that she'll have to continue filming until the end credits, but doesn't mention that she'll die if she doesn't. Brandy continues filming, and Clara is becoming more and more self-aware and is really into Brandy. Brandy is hilarious as she is using AAVE and Clara corrects her. Brandy tells her pretty much that she meant what she said, and Kimmy tells her not to argue with Clara. Issa is so funny to me. I love her to life. Clara ends up falling and hurting herself, so Brandy takes her up to her room, and Clara is trying to get freaky with Brandy, bitch. Again, I love to see it. There's then a second attempt to unalive Clara, which is through a scorpion this time, but Brandy saves her and Clara ends up kissing her. Bitch, we get a lesbian moment from Issa Rae, and I love to fucking see it. Clara is crazy over the cocoa. She wants that cocoa, bitch. Oh man, Jack's goofy ass, who is working with Kimmy on the production side, spills coffee on a monitor, causing production to lose touch with Brandy, who is still in the movie. She and Clara notices the music stops and everyone freezes. Brandy accidentally informs Clara that her husband has henchmen. Brandy is calling out for Kimmy. Clara is confused. It is all a mess. Clara is calling Brandy Alex, and Brandy lets her know that she ain't fucking Alex, and Clara is thrown off. Brandy continues to break the fourth wall by telling Clara that they are in a movie and even tells her about Dorothy Chambers. Clara can't handle it and runs back up to her room. Brandy follows her up and tries to comfort her. Kimmy and the crew are trying to figure out how to get Brandy back. They mention that time is moving extremely fast while she's in the movie. It is now the next day on set for Brandy, and Clara is dressed and ready to find a way out without Brandy. Clara then finds a way out, leaving the Hotel Reverie dimension as she gets a glimpse of Dorothy Chambers' life. We learn that Dorothy was in fact either lesbian or bisexual. Clara then witnesses Dorothy's death, which really disturbs her enough to enter back into the Hotel Reverie set. She goes back inside to hear Brandy playing piano, which is still horrendous. Clara sits next to her and teaches her how to play, which was adorable. Kimmy and the crew catches a glimpse of Clara at the piano and points out how it's not a part of the script. Clara is playing and Brandy is really moved by it and approaches her and touches her on the shoulder. I actually got chills in this moment. It was beautiful. I wasn't ready. Months go by as Brandy and Clara spend time together, drinking and fucking. It was lovely. At this point, Clara is Dorothy, right? I mean, she's pretty much Dorothy Chambers. She ends up telling Brandy that she loves her, but bitch, Brandy does not say that shit back though. She believes that she only feels that way because it's how she is written. Kimmy and the crew are finally able to speak to Brandy, but still can't see her. Kimmy tells Brandy that they have to reset the scorpion scene, and that'll mean Clara losing her memory of everything that went down, and bitch, Brandy ain't here for it. They reset it, and Clara has no memory as expected, and Brandy is thrown off. She clearly loves Clara. Kimmy is having to feed Brandy her lines until Brandy goes off script. She is in love. Oh, I live. It is so beautiful. Kimmy then tells Brandy to say the final line, but Brandy doesn't want to, which would mean her being stuck and her real body would die. Brandy is really considering it, but continues with the lines. One of Kimmy's members has an idea for changing the story so that it aligns with the original. Kimmy fills Brandy in on it, and she goes along with it. She ends up rescuing Clara from being killed by Claude. Claude gets the upper hand on Brandy, so Clara ends up shooting him, which was not a part of the script. This means that Clara will be arrested forever, and Brandy doesn't like that, so tries to take the bait, but Clara goes off and shoots a cop. Bitch, this causes them to shoot her dead. Brandy is heartbroken, and so am I. This is a love story, okay? Cinema, bitch. Brandy does end up saying the final line, which keeps her alive in real life. Brandy returns and is still hurt and sad. A little time goes on. Brandy gets home and she's back in the States, and she finds the USB that she lost. There's a phone that came with the package as well that allowed Brandy to call and talk to Clara. Oh my, I'm sorry. It was so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It was just so fucking beautiful. This, one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror to date. Guys, what did you think about it? So beautiful. Please talk to me in the comments.